Hello, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Golden Line Speaks, a solo podcast. That's not really a podcast. Today is an update on the video I did last week where I talked about quitting social media. Now, my first thing I thought would happen with the whole quitting social media thing is I would have a problem with FOMO. If you guys don't know what FOMO is, that's fear of missing out. I'll put something up on the screen here so you guys can get that definition. But I thought I would be missing out on things happening on the internet and family members' lives, things of that nature. And that's sort of true when it comes to the Facebook thing. But I realized I probably can just reach out and text people and stuff more and take care of that problem. So that's not really it. So after a week of going no social media, I completely uninstalled all those apps. As a matter of fact, let me pull out my phone for evidence. Yeah, I kept the Messenger app on Facebook because I have like a cousins and family members group where we message. And I kept Reddit because I don't really count Reddit as social media. But it hasn't really affected me much because I think I have discovered something really here what the actual true problem is. I don't have an issue with social media. I just have an issue of being on my phone and screen time all the time. So I'm going to put up some stats here. So I'm going to put up last week's and the week before. So first I'm going to put up the week before of my screen time app on my phone. As you can see, screen time is about 6 hours and 40 minutes, I think it says. And my number one app is YouTube, followed by a couple of other things. But none of those top things are actually any of the social media apps, not Twitter or X, whatever you call it, Instagram, TikTok, Tiki-Taki, none of those, right? But the next week, last week, would be same 6 hours and, maybe 20 minutes, it says, something like that. And I think it might have been a little bit less that time because I recorded a podcast with my phone, at least one of the angles with my phone I had with a friend. So that had the screen on for about an hour and a half. So it counted that. So normally you can probably take that hour and a half off, which means we're probably somewhere in the 4.5 hour, 5 hour mark, really. So it did save me some time. But it was never really social media. It's freaking YouTube, man. I watch a lot of YouTube, and that's what my screen time and stuff really is. And even then it's like work. I never was able to really quit pulling out my phone and looking at work. Because when I'm at home, I do get on my phone, but not that much. So surprised to find out that my problem is actually just screen time on my phone, period, and not just social media apps. I don't really have a problem with social media apps. I don't look at them that much. I don't really post much. I kind of, scroll through, take a couple looks and kind of get off. I don't ever use it all that much. It's just being on my phone in general, looking up information. Something comes to mind. I was like, oh, I forgot about this thing. So one of the things what I have to remember often is your phone is basically the combined knowledge of human civilization all in the phone, all in your hand. So anything I want to look up, I can look up. And oftentimes I'll remember some myth from when I was a child and be like, man, is that really true? And I can look that up right quick. And I do a lot of that. I need to cut down on my screen time. So that was an update for just 1 week. So the next week is going to be a complete cut down on screen time, period. Just not using my phone, period. It was never the social media apps because I wasn't never really that heavy into the social media apps. It's just using my phone all the time and looking at it. It's just kind of like a reflex, especially in some downtime. And I didn't really change any of my habits. I didn't stop pulling out my phone while I'm playing a game or watching a show. I didn't stop pulling out my phone constantly at work. I just didn't have the social media apps to look at, but I used that time in just other places is all it came down to. So never really had a problem with social media. So anyway, with that, it's just a quick little update to kind of let you guys know where it was going with the social media thing. Just got to cut down on that screen time. Then I also have to ask myself, why am I doing this? Oftentimes I don't ask myself why I'm doing something until I'm in the middle of doing it. At least I ask myself though. With that being said, as I always say at the end of my videos, if you watched it this far, you're a true fan and a rock star. And as usual, y'all be good.